would like the ship to go. Now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Discussing Trek. It's been a while, man, but we're back. I'm your host, Clarence, and with me I have none other than Larry Irby. Larry, how you doing, man?
I am doing great.
And we are here to talk about the Star Trek New York Comic-Con 2025 news. And we had a myriad of news coming out of New York Comic-Con. Star Trek Academy related, a little Strange New Worlds. And there was the panel was streamed live, but when I went back to watch it, they took it down for some reason. So I haven't actually seen all of the panel, but let's just get into it, man, because we got a full trailer for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. We kind of get the premise of what's going on. We see some of the main characters in action, but I just want to ask you off the top, man, what did you think of the Starfleet Academy trailer?
I thought it looked fine. I was actually really kind of hyped up for it because it is something that I think some older fans, especially nowadays, which you know how things are today, I may find it difficult, but I think it's the perfect thing, just like Prodigy, to get newer Trek fans in. I enjoyed the trailer. I really did. I looked at it and I saw how beautiful it was. And I was going, I don't see anything wrong with this. I'll see the episodes and then I'll have my judgment. But I love the way it looked. The characters looked interesting. I want to know more.
Yes. My high level thoughts, beautiful, interesting, quirky in some ways, and I'll bring it up a little bit later.
That's good.
Of course, there was a bunch of action on the screen that I thought was interesting. But yeah, overall, I think it has me hyped for what's coming up, man. I think I'm really excited about what they're going to do with this. And apparently we're going to get it in early 2026, maybe even in January. So yeah, man, I think I'm pretty excited about what's coming up. Now, we did get a lot of the setup in the trailer, the setup for the series, which I mentioned before. Oh, Tatiana Maslany is going to be in this series, but look like she's only going to be in like the first episode unless we get flashbacks or something like that, because it appears we're going to start the season or the show with either a flashback or we're going to flash forward after that. But seems like she's only in the very beginnings of the show itself, man.
Well, she's his mother.
Yes. She's the cadet's mother, and that cadet is, I got the names here, Caleb Meir, an orphan with a troubled past, an unlikely Starfleet cadet. You know, it kind of gave me vibes of the 2009 Star Trek reboot when, you know, Kirk was out there doing his own thing. And
yeah, that's true.
And Pike recruited him. It kind of gave me those vibes a little bit, but it seems like there's some huge connection between Paul Giamatti's character of Nusk Braka and the Caleb character and Tatiana Maslany's character. There's some huge connection there. And we have Holly Hunter's character, which is Nala Ake, pursuing this Caleb, and this kind of seems like where the series is going to take off. What did you think about that premise, man?
I thought it was really interesting because, you know, you never know what's going to go on with something like that. Is it going to work? Because I'm intrigued. I want to know, was his mother, Tatiana, we don't know her name in the show, but was she a Starfleet officer? Were her and Nala friends? Maybe that's why this is her close, which is true. Of course, Tatiana Maslany is not as old as she is.
Well, 15 years ago, she may have been the same age as, you know, the flashback.
Well, Holly Hunter's in her early 60s.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So that's why I'm saying we're probably only going to get her. And if we do see his mom later on throughout the series, it's probably going to be another actress taking, you know, an older actress taking the role.
Yeah.
But what's the background? Why was she looking for him? What happened?
Yeah, I'm hoping the premise doesn't fall flat, because with many of these shows, they always start with this huge, ginormous premise and we don't really follow up on it enough to make it fulfilling. But yeah, it definitely has me wondering and kind of excited about what they're going to do. Wynn Grace is telling us that Holly Hunter's character is half Lathanite, which Pelia, which she might be as old as 7,000 years. That's really interesting. And just speaking of Holly Hunter in this trailer, man, that gets a bit to the quirkiness I was talking about, especially between her and Caleb, where she's making some voices sometimes. I don't know what true Holly Hunter is because I've never really, I can't tell you a Holly Hunter property that I actually watched. So, Larry, I'm sure you're going to enlighten me, sir.
Sir, you've watched this movie. We've all watched this movie.
Tell me.
You've watched both of them.
I'm all
Incredibles.
Ears. Okay, Holly Hunter on screen as an actor.
Okay, Holly Hunter on screen. Let's see. Well, see, you might not have watched some of the movies she was in.
Yeah.
There's the one where she was the attorney. And then there's the one where what was that? The one where she got nominated for the Oscar.
But that said, though, I guess the point I was getting at, like from this trailer, her portrayal felt very, felt very quirky to me. It felt very quirky. She was making some voices. It felt very Pelia in some ways, and I don't know if I'm gonna like that.
I liked it. I liked it that she's laying around, like basically telling him, grow up. You're here now. And her character's probably going to be different. I think that's the whole reason to make her different. But, I want to know were her and his mother. Now, if she's half Lanthanite, I still wish they would have just made the Lanthanites. They would have just made them Elvorians.
Yeah, they would have.
Because we don't need a whole bunch of long-lived species running around. I mean,
though I will say that I think this show is doing a good job of giving us, if not new species, good combinations on species we've seen before. So far,
Klingon.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti's character is part Klingon, part Tellarite, which, wow, that is extremely interesting.
Look, guys, let me just say, if I hear one more person say one word, I will not do anything. But I'm going to be annoyed more than I'm already annoyed. People keep bringing up the one character who is a comedian. I love her. She is from England. Her family is from Nigeria originally. She's playing the character who is the half Jem'Hadar, half Klingon. And they keep saying, there are no Jem'Hadar females.
Until now.
That is why they said half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar. So Jem'Hadars are all male. So if they're all male, then they are male.
Yeah.
So if they could hook up with a female Klingon, I mean, we have to go into biology.
Well, and who's to say some genetic engineering wasn't in play there? Because we know the Klingons in genetic engineering and obviously the Jem'Hadar were engineered. So
I even saw one person post, I'm not even going to talk about, well, the Jem'Hadar should be impossible to reproduce. How do you know? We ain't nobody ever talked about that in the show. What Deep Space Nine episode did you watch that I didn't watch that went into this? Because I don't remember no genetics class on the Jem'Hadar.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm like, give it time, man. Give it time and let's see what they're going to say.
This is the birds and bees, according to the Jem'Hadar.
Oh. And then, it seems that Nosbraka, say that 3 times fast, Paul Giamatti's character, is a seasoned villain that has an ominous past connected to, obviously, Caleb at this point. But what is his connection to Caleb, to Tatiana Maslany's character, and also, I guess, ultimately to Nala, Holly Hunter's character? I think it's going to be some good, rich story there that we can look forward to.
Yeah, I'm like you on this. Make the story rich, but follow through. Remember what we always say is in the rule book. Don't tell me, show me.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Carrie saying, Takuvma. Awesome sauce there. And then Wingrave saying, I'm about 8% certain they'll mention Bashir gave them some ability to reproduce. That sounds interesting and definitely can tie back to, because he was very sympathetic to the Jemadar. So I could see that possibly happening.
Now talking to you about my favorite character from the trailer.
Oh, it wasn't the Jemadar Klingon female drill sergeant, apparently.
No, I love
she
gotta watch her stand up. She is amazing.
She had I got this. I thought I had a clip of her and the Doc Robert Picardo. No. It was her and Jet Reno, both with whistles around their necks.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty interesting. But who's your favorite, man? Let's hear it. Let's hear it, bro.
It's the young lady. Tell me her name. She's the holographic. She's a holographic being.
Yes, it is. Karis Brooks is Ceres Acclamation Mill, or AKA Sam, the first of her kind to ever attend Starfleet Academy. Is that who you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting character. So this is the hologram, right? Is that?
She is a photonic life form, sir.
Photonic life form. Photons be free, even. Photons be free.
Brother, literally.
And we have this. We did get a part of the trailer where she was conferring with our own EMH, Robert Picardo's character, which I thought was pretty darn cool.
I see a mentor student type relationship. I mean, because at this point, the doctor, we don't even know I doubt he ever went by that name that he had in the alternate timeline. What was his name?
I don't even remember it.
I can think of it. The wife said it, and then he said, it took you 30 years to come up with.
Oh, yeah. I just don't remember what he said, but yeah.
Wingrave's backed me up. I know he's got it. I know he knows it. But
yeah, man, I think there's going to be a lot of good mentoring going on. It's just kind of cool to see Robert Picardo in the, 3180s, 90s, we're in 3180s get up here.
The doctor has lived nearly 1,000 years.
Yeah, eat your heart out, Lanthanites.
Well, I take that back because we can't count from the pack of this. He's lived at least 600 to 700 years. Put it that way.
Oh yeah. And I guess we don't have word on if this is our main same EMH. Do we know that for sure?
They did say it is the main EMH. This is not the one from the backup program. Wow. So there should be two of him running around. Because remember, at the end of that, they said he went home. Mm. So there could be two.
And Wingrave tells us his name is Joe.
Thank you, Wingrave. Joe. It took you 30 years to come up with Joe?
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. It seems like she is the happy-go-lucky, fun, here to experience life type of character. But, in some senses, I get that from all these characters a little bit. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No, because it seems like, I think when we first talked about this show, we were a little worried that it would be teenage angst Star Trek. And judging from this trailer, I can firmly say it might be a little of that. It might be a little. There was some sexy pouching a wow stuff going on in this trailer. So they're definitely going after the teenage angst Archie crowd or whatever you call it that the kids are into these days.
Hey, I'm okay if we have I'm okay with Star Trek having a Star Trek Riverdale.
Riverdale.
Whatever brings back. Well, that was a show that was actually based off of something really light, and they made it, really dramatic and a little darker, which was, you would never think you could turn the Archies into something like that, but they did. But I'm looking forward to her because she's just so cute.
Yeah.
And I just love the awkwardness. I think I'm going to love that. I'm going to love seeing some of our Discovery people.
Oh, yeah.
Milling around in the background. I don't want them to be front and center. They've had their show.
Yeah, we're going to have a Deadford, Tig Notaro, Mary Wiseman all coming in. To what extent, we don't know, but they'll certainly be popping in throughout the season. Now, I got some vibes of some, how should I put this? So at the New York Comic Con, there were like flags of I don't know if it was houses to make a very bad Harry Potter reference, but is it houses in Harry Potter with the group?
Yeah,
they have
houses.
Yeah, it seems like they might be doing something similar to maybe foster competition, which I don't know. Is that how normal academies work? I've never been to an academy or a military type academy, so I don't know.
Well, each military academy, if it's like a traditional military academy, they all have their own squads.
Squads.
So like if you're in a military academy and you have a whole bunch of freshmen, they're not all in the same little group. It would probably be too many of them. I only know one person in my whole life went to military academy, and he went to the Naval Academy, and I think he eventually flew cargo planes. He kind of lost track, but I do know he said he was in. They were in squads or whatever the term may be.
Yeah, that is just something I have no, insight into, so I couldn't really.
So if you had 1,300 freshmen come into the academy, and this is the first year the academy's been back, so there's probably going to be a crap load of people from all across the country. Still a little Homo sapien heavy for me, but I'm okay because it's like if it's truly Starfleet, we should see not just one alien here or alien here. Like we should have whole scenes with just nothing but aliens.
One of the characters that surprised me the most was actually the Klingon doctor, played by Karam Dane, if I'm saying that right. Jaden Krang, a Klingon cadet who dreams of becoming a medical officer. I just found it fascinating. I just found it fascinating, man, that we'd have a Klingon being a medical officer. I don't know why that.
I love it.
And we got a lot of Klingon-esque things in the trailer too, where he meets a buddy, a Klingon friend in there. It might be a flashback or something, but we saw that in the trailer as well.
I think that was him leaving or whatever, where he was. But he looks amazing. He's beautiful. The way that Klingon, I'm talking about the makeup, absolutely beautiful. That's what we want to see with Klingons.
So is this the first Klingon we've seen post Disco?
No. We saw some in Strange New Worlds.
I'm talking about timeline wise. Well, yeah, to Strange New Worlds is timeline wise later than the throwback. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right,
so we saw, but they didn't look as good as this. The Klingons when Pike and M'Benga had to face them.
Yeah, they felt costumey a little bit for sure.
They did. Now this looks hardcore. This is beautiful.
Yeah, let me see if I can get us to an image of it. But yeah, it's definitely the costuming. And so far, the production values and this trailer.
You know why I love him being a doctor?
Why is that?
Because Klingons have to get healed too. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is Klingon right there, man. I love that. Look, they did a little bit of the Kelvin timeline with the earrings right there. Remember some of them had that?
Yeah. It's crazy how hardcore they went back from their choice they made in Discovery. I know why they did it, but...
And I always tell people, the person who made that change left the show before it ever even aired, but they were stuck with it, so what were they going to do?
There's almost no semblance of that left going forward.
There shouldn't be. In fact,
I don't know, man. I thought it was interesting.
The Klingons from Discovery were beautiful. They just should have been another race.
Yeah, that's fair.
They did not look bad. They looked great. They just should have been another race from the way. This is beautiful, though. That's Klingon right there, man.
And then we had the character
remember,
played
he's a
by...
doctor.
Oh, go ahead. Yep,
he's a doctor. Did he get this song, you think, by his family, or has that? Remember back in Enterprise?
Not a warrior. He's a doctor. Got that.
And not all, you know what? And it'll be good to see that, because every Klingon doesn't have to be a warrior. Because the guy from Archer, the guy who helped cure the disease in Enterprise, remember he said his family disowned him when he became a physician?
Wow. Yep, you're right. Yeah, I always, and of course we have Klingons are not just all warriors, but the warriors are all we see most of the time.
Martok came from a farming family. He was not born to a noble house.
Today's a good day to farm, I guess.
That's right.
The Klingon chef in DS9. I don't even remember the Klingon chef. Do you remember the Klingon chef?
Yeah, because he had a thing, accordion.
That's
too.
Great saying that. Cool. So the character of George Hawkins, Durham Ramey, it sounds like he's coming from a family that, I'm reading the log line here. Aspiring captain from a wealthy home world. Seems like he's the rich kid here. Has a lot of pressure to excel. You know these guys that have always been, the top of the tier. And,
you got a picture of him?
Let me see if I can find one. He's coming in to take over Starfleet. Let's see. Let me see. I can get a picture up here. But I found that character interesting. As you know, all of them are pretty interesting. But I think the premise there is something that's
we get
cool.
excited about Star Trek. Some people just want to nitpick, which is fine. I mean, I guess I prefer to enjoy and have fun.
So it's this guy here, if you can see that.
Yep, he looks the type. Button down. My dad's an officer. I must be an officer.
Yeah, it runs in the family. Money, power, respect, all of that. And the other character we had here on our list here is, the other person that's looking to be a captain, and I guess also comes from, not so much wealth, but it runs in the family. Bella Shepard is playing a character called Genesis Lethe, or Leith, if I'm saying that right. An admiral's daughter determined to make her own name in Starfleet. Now, I know they didn't outright say this, but I was thinking, is this Admiral Vance's daughter? I said, maybe not, because they have different last names.
I hope not.
But what if she just chose to change her name? Well, she looks different, obviously, but she does look half human, at least, maybe. I don't know what race that is. Do we know what race that is?
I don't.
Let's see. I think I got it here. She is Dar Shah. Have we ever heard of that before? I don't think I know what that is. Dar Shah. Star Trek. I don't think we've ever heard that race
Wouldn't
before.
It be cool if they incorporated somebody in here from Prodigy, like Gwen?
Oh, man, that would be too much time in the makeup chair, but I think it would be awesome.
But wouldn't it be beautiful, though?
Their race of people are pretty substantial to Star Trek. I think they should at least pop up from time to time somewhere, to us not to hear anything about them going forward. We should hear about them past Voyager. We should hear about them in some sense. So, yeah, hopefully they'll pop up. I think that would be pretty cool. But, yeah, she's determined to be captain as well. So, we have the race going there. And some other characters, I don't even know if we saw these characters on screen. We have Zoe Stainer's character as Tamara Sadal, a Betazoid daughter of the president of Betazed.
Ooh, no pressure there.
Yeah, no pressure at all.
Somebody was commenting they didn't know why on one channel why her eyes are not black, like Betazoids always had that.
She might be a mix. Because I love that they're doing a lot of mixtures of different races, and it's so far, at least in this series.
Because there would be.
Yeah, we're like 1,000 years in the future.
For Discovery, they went 800 years. So jump to Picard and them time. So that's 700. It's like around 150.
Yeah.
So it's still way far.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like on was it Firefly? Like all the world is like based off China. Like
because everybody's
population.
Speaking,
yeah. Yeah. I love
in the show, I think in Firefly, I think they actually, I don't know this for sure. I love Firefly with a passion. We even have a bar up a few hours up the road that's called the Brown Coats. It's a literal bar dedicated to that. But I think they were speaking Chinese, but just for, not Chinese, Mandarin.
Mandarin, yeah.
Mandarin, because there is no such thing as Chinese.
So,
My
Win Grace,
apology.
what is the Starfleet Academy website? They have their own dedicated website. I haven't not seen this. Do you know the address? He's saying there's a Horta on the Academy website. How does that
I
work?
bet there would be.
How does that work?
But they've had a hoarder before.
Are they barreling through walls the whole time?
But, well, here's the thing. You didn't read the books, Clarence.
I did not read the books.
They actually had a
So
hoarder.
it didn't happen. Go ahead.
In one of the books. And the reason they will never do it on screen is because even in the books, it sounded really silly because the hoarder was like the helmsman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they're never gonna actually do that, I'm sure.
Well, they could do the whole, wow, what's the Ben Browder? What's that show? Farscape. They can do a Farscape spin where they're like in the engineering all the time, navigating or something. They could do that. Like the character off Farscape that never moves.
Oh, you're talking about Pilot.
Yeah, him.
Bruh, don't get me started. That's my other addiction. My 4 big addictions: Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar, and Farscape.
Oh man, they got the club activities up. The
I
Association
got to
of
see this.
their Association of Cardassian Cadets, excuse me.
What is that on?
Earth Science Club. This is just it's on the Star Trek site / Starfleet Academy. Neuroscience Club. It makes sense that
Like
would be this
Star
stuff
Trek
going
or
on.
Paramount?
It is on, I can tell you the exact address and I can post it in the chat for everybody. StarTrek.com / Starfleet Academy. Yeah, Win Grace is backing you up. It is the hoarder from the books. It's a page of notable Starfleet officers. Interesting. Well, while we kind of wrap up on this trailer, unless you have any other thoughts or anything else you can garner from the trailer, I think the sets are beautiful. I don't know if we talked about the sets.
The sets were. You know what I thought was bizarre about this
What's that?
was the fact that it actually gave me a lot. Like the girl, who's the one we didn't even talk about her? Okay, the girl right there.
The Black Boat girl?
Yeah, who's screaming the power?
Yeah.
What's going on there? Who is that? Is that the Beta said girl?
Maybe, but I don't think she's pointed out in the presser I had, so I don't know for sure. But yeah, that might.
She has a line. She says, "I use sometimes people get hurt."
She did, but I've never seen a Beta Z do that before. So,
Well, maybe, like you said, maybe she's mixed with something else. I don't know.
But yeah, she black bolting it. I found it interesting. This looks like the planet from the last episode of Star Trek Voyager. Discovery. I'm sorry, that they were on with all the flowers and stuff. I thought it looked very similar. But yeah, it looked like they might be in the
Discovery.
Yeah, Discovery. Yeah. According to Trek Culture, this is the Beta Z, and this is her mind sequence. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
So she's kind of more powerful than she's pretty powerful as she's doing this. That's interesting. How did Trek Culture find that out?
They should have
Inside
Ad Astra per Aspera. That should be on the emblem.
I think it is on one of the banners I saw.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken.
You got to do it, man. I think it's going to be. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't know if others will allow themselves, but I'm going to enjoy it. But I'll be honest too. If I think there's things about it that are not good, I'll say so. Yeah,
I mean, for me, the only thing I'm really worried about is the teenage stuff. Really, that's the only thing.
That doesn't worry because we need the young blood. We need to see some officers. We've seen and you know what Star Trek has always done badly when it comes to family, other than one show. Why do Starfleet officers never get to have a family? Cisco, the only one, and they killed a wife. He is like the only one that we've ever gotten that's a lead character that got to be a parent, and go through a family dynamic. Everybody else is always a loner. No marriage. Janeway wasn't married. Picard wasn't. Kirk wasn't. Archer wasn't. Yes. Burnham wasn't.
Yeah, well, that's true. I can agree with that. But yeah,
I like the letter jacket.
It does seem they're definitely going for that heartthrob vibe in this
Oh,
trailer.
he's a good looking
They're,
kid, man.
they're
you
trying
know?
to pull in a certain demographic to like Star Trek.
That's
And
all
then
right.
they're going in hard with it.
And
bring
when
'em
had
in.
Star Trek not had a heartthrob? You tell me how many boys fell in love
Well,
with Uhura.
they're doing it for the women on this one, I guess.
Well, how many women
or
fell
not.
in love with
Whoever
Captain
likes this
Kirk?
guy.
And Spock. Spock was a sex symbol.
Spock was okay for his mind, man. For his
Oh
mind.
no, the women dug Spock, man, bruh. Let me
I guess
tell you.
Kirk too. Kirk was a player. So what am I saying?
Yeah.
What am I talking about here?
And Picard was a undercover player. Picard tried to act like he was all smooth and stuff. Then you find out about his past. It's like, dang, Jean-Luc.
So do you think this is taking more of the Discovery approach where we're following one character? Because it definitely seems like that to a certain extent, where he's the main guy and everybody else is just ancillary to the
Somebody
to the
else
story.
already, he will probably be maybe a focal point, but somebody already commented on that. They said that it's going to be a true ensemble cast.
Interesting.
Now, that's what I heard that was talked about in the panel.
Okay.
So we'll see, what happens.
And Trek Fan One is saying they should try to attract young generations. I hope it works.
Thank you.
Me
I
too.
agree with you 100 because, like we said, there's so many of us old heads, man. Bro, let's think about that. I'm 57. When Star Trek went off the air, the original, I was 1. Let that sink in.
Yeah. So, Larry, talking about Star Trek here, I'd like to pivot just a quick second to a similar show that happened in Doctor Who that only lasted one season. Now, thank goodness this has already been greenlit for the second season. But there's this little show called Class in the Doctor Who world, which tried to do a similar thing, appeal to the teenage heartthrobs out there, / Riverdale-esque type of vibes, but it only lasted one season. Do you think this is going to be better?
I don't even know the show you're talking about.
You don't know Class?
No.
What?
I'm telling you, I don't.
I actually liked it. I actually liked it, but it didn't make it. It didn't make it past one season.
It was a doctor. In what time? What?
It was in. I think Matt Smith was on it for a second, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find an image for you.
That's total news to me.
You've never heard of Doctor Who Class?
Well, see, the Doctor Who spinoffs that I remember. Well, one I don't want to talk about because I'm still mad about Torchwood. Really?
Yes. This from the
Okay,
universe.
I gotta watch that. I don't even remember that. I don't even.
It was a thing, man, and they did. It was all like younger people. I'll say.
Did they tell anybody?
I guess they weren't teenagers, but they were like young adult type.
Did they tell anybody? It was.
Yes, it was. It aired 10 episodes, dude.
Now, can you think of anything that is related to Doctor Who that I wouldn't watch?
Yeah, if you didn't know about it, something is definitely wrong
up.
here.
They did not promote that show properly because I watched all the Sarah Jane episodes, which was a phenomenal show. I love the Sarah Jane episodes. And also, of course, Torchwood, which I don't want to talk about because I'm still
Class?
salty.
Yeah, I think I had it downloaded at one point. I have to go back and see if I could find my episodes. I may share them if I could find them, but I did have it at some point. But yeah, hopefully Star Trek's attempt to do such will be better. It seems like we're on a good footing here. I'm a little dubious on the whole Holly Hunter, Paul Giamatti thing. I know they're great actors. I love Paul Giamatti in particular. I just don't know how it's all going to work.
But that's the good thing. You don't need to know. We'll find out. Because see, you know what I always say this. I always say this, and I know we've gotten people and feedback who have agreed with me on this. The next thing Star Trek needs to do is to create a brand new show, not a spinoff, just a brand new show. I'm hitting 26th century. You're far enough from this timeline and you're far enough from the other. 26th century, 27th, brand new crew, brand new ship. You call it the Enterprise, I don't care. but brand new people. They're just in Starfleet.
Huh.
They're not kin to anybody.
Yeah, would anybody love that though? Unless it's got to be really good.
Yes.
It's got to be
you know
really
who
good.
did that? You know who did that?
Who did that, sir?
A guy named Gene Roddenberry. There's a show called The Next Generation.
But was it disconnected 100% though? Was it?
Oh yeah. We got a send off from DeForest Kelley, who is not related to anybody. He was just an retired admiral, and we got a little send off. That was cute, and we got to see Spock over the time, and we got to see Scotty, and that's pretty much it. But still, the next gen were allowed to be their own people. Same with DS9. They were allowed to be their own people. Same thing with Voyager. Same thing with Enterprise. That was the only thing I did not like about Discovery, because I enjoyed Discovery, was the fact that they attached it instead of just letting it stand on its own.
It could have been its own thing. I will definitely agree with you there. I'll give a plug, shout out real quick, I guess. And actually I got to give my brother props here because he the one that called it out for me. But the Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown demo came out today, and I tried it. And I tried it. It was. I didn't expect a lot, but
when is this? Is it good?
I wouldn't say good.
I'm downloading that as soon as I get off of here.
It's interesting.
And it's on Steam, because I know you're on.
Yeah, it's on Steam. The demo is on Steam. I fired it up, played for like 15 minutes. It seems interesting. It seems promising. I wouldn't say it's good, but it tries to do the thing where it plays you through the events of the beginning of Voyager, and you make choices. It's like ship management type stuff. It's not popcorn, riveting type stuff. It's, there's no voice acting. You have to read everything, which is fine. I don't care about that too much. So, but yeah, it's out. Go find it. It's on Steam. Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown demo. You give me your thoughts on it, because I don't know if I loved it.
Let me see here, because I'm gonna tell you something here real quick. There is actually a new channel I started watching. There it is. It's called Retro Badger / And it's one of these. He's got this thing set up. I don't know if he's doing it on Starfleet Battles or the Starship app thing or whatever, but it takes all your classic Star Trek ships and they'll battle. Like, he has one where he has the Enterprise J battling like the other Enterprises. See, they had one where they have a Jim Hadar.
Blasphemy, man.
Like the big Jim Hadar ship fighting the Galaxy classes and stuff.
Huh. That's interesting.
I'll put it. It's a nice little channel. I don't know how they come up with everything or what channel, but I enjoyed that, to watch all the your favorite ships go at it.
That's pretty
Let's
cool.
just put it this way: the Enterprise K, there is a K.
Oh,
it's an upgrade of the J. They fire some kind of stuff you have never heard of before, and they can destroy like a Galaxy class in like 3 shots. But that's a fun thing for if you're a Trek fan and you're like me and you like gaming.
And plug that channel one more time.
It's retro-badger-gaming.
Awesome.
Oh, and they put tons of ships. They go from other shows, primarily Trek, but they bring in the ships from other shows too.
So pivoting a little bit back to Starfleet Academy, when Grace mentions Colbert. So Stephen Colbert was announced as the voice of Starfleet Academy's digital dean of students, giving the announcements, whatnot, alerting them of anything they need. I found that interesting. He's apparently a big Trekkie, so that's cool to have him in the Star Trek world.
He's talked about that before.
Now, I want to say digital dean of students. Is it only his voice, I guess?
It's just, I guess he's going to be like the computer voice, but of the whole academy.
Oh, so now the computer is running everything now. Dean of student. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Do we want to pivot?
I went to a con the other week.
Go ahead.
I went to a con. I'm going to tell you, went to the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk Comic-Con here But had a blast. It's always good to be around people who love Trek and sci-fi and fantasy and stuff like that. So we had a good time.
Who did you meet?
I actually got to meet Sam Weird. I always say his name wrong. Whitward from Battlestar and from all the Star Wars stuff. He was super. I got to meet Ed from Warehouse 13. Also, because it was cool. He actually talked a little bit in his panel. Actually, I have his autograph he did for me.
Nice.
Very sweet, I think. But he actually talked about, he's a huge Trekkie too. And he talked about during his panel, he talked about growing up being a Star Trek fan. And then, finding out that he was laughing because he said he found out, what? Jerry Ryan's going to be my ex-wife? Are you kidding? He said he freaked out. He says 7 to 9 is going to be my ex-wife who's going to be on the show. Oh,
That's
what?
Funny.
My mother is going to be Kate Mulgrew, Captain Janeway. He's hysterical. He is a wonderful person. But I was just shocked that he's that big of a Trek fan.
Wait, they were on Warehouse 13 as well?
Yes.
Wow, I've never seen Warehouse 13. I've heard of it.
Need to
never
watch
seen
it.
a single episode.
Me and my wife watched it. But yes, Jerry Ryan comes on. I hope I didn't spoil that, but she does come on the show as his wife or ex. And Kate Mulgrew plays his mother on the show.
Sweet.
And they're not on there all the time. They only have their episodes that they come on.
So is there anything we can take away from the Strange New Worlds season 4 first look or quick look? Is there anything to take away from that? No.
There was so much possibility for Strange New Worlds. Because the first 2 seasons to me were just awesome. This season, I won't say it was bad, but it definitely
Sounds like you want to say it was bad.
No, I don't want to say it was bad because I did enjoy the season, but it did linger too much on Spock and his relationships that we know don't go anywhere because we know the future. And it, I just felt there were things we could do that we could have done that like the whole thing with, that whole episode with the guy making everybody think they were married and stuff like that. So
yeah, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. I feel like there were definitely some good things from this past season. Some things I thought were really good, really well done. Some episodes that I'll go back and watch 1,000%. But there are also some that I probably never want to see again.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Anson Mount never fails to excite me as Captain Pike. I'm an Anson Mount fan anyway, but like his portrayal of Pike is so dead on and so true to what we think it is, but still he has the room to grow. And the whole cast is amazing. There's not one person I can say was a bad performer on that show. But I just felt the material they gave them for some episodes was just not what we were looking for.
Yeah, definitely missed the mark in some senses. But this first look that we got of season 4, not a lot to pull out of it other than I like this new Vulcan character we have on the bridge. I thought was kind of cool. That was kind of a surprise. I guess they're trying to spice things up a little bit.
Somebody's going to automatically say, Spock was the only Vulcan in Starfleet. Never said that. Said Spock was the first Vulcan to graduate the Academy because T'Pol was in Starfleet.
Yeah, this character seems to be a cadet. Looking at the badge there. So after Spock. So it still rolls, I guess. And this trailer this first look was just a lot of CG goodness, I feel.
It looked like they were going somewhere with it, though. I like Like, see, that's something I've wanted to see too. Everybody kept talking about Ortegas, including me, and we got a lot of Erica last year because Melissa Navi, I love her. But yeah, I want to see some number one action this year. I want to see Una get to step out and do her thing.
Hey, the Una Doug action was all the action I need to see, okay?
That was pretty cool, though. I did enjoy that. I don't care what nobody says.
Wait, you enjoyed it? What?
It
was terrible.
It was hysterical.
You talking about the Patton Oswalt stuff?
You didn't think that was funny?
It was cringe as hell, dude. It was so cringe.
Bro, do not make me dial up old school TOS.
It was so, dude.
Know how many cringe moments we had in old Star Trek?
It was cringe in a sense for me, and let me explain myself. Una, who's normally sure of herself, so competent, I didn't like them breaking down her character to be a bumbling idiot in those scenes. And the fact that she let this powerful woman let this guy do that to her, I didn't like it.
Happens every day in real life, man. Love and I don't mean that, but not a woman, but love makes people do weird things.
I guess it. No, I don't need that in my life. I don't need that. No, they kicked the character in the knees in that episode, man.
I just thought it was funny. I didn't take it too seriously. Like number one's not going to be number one. I just took it as funny.
Yeah, like that episode could be totally just taken out of the canon. We don't need it. We don't need it.
So next year we needed this. I like this. I like drama. I like this. I still don't love Pelia though.
She's an acquired taste.
Because to me, Scotty can't fully become Scotty while Pelia is around.
Let's see what Wingray says here. He's saying that the new Trek tendency is to add a female Vulcan partially through a show. Lower Decks, Prodigy, Discovery, and now Strange New Worlds. Yeah, it seems so. I just love that dynamic for the show going forward, and you know, with like you mentioned Spock and this Vulcan, it could be something interesting. I don't know where they're going to go with it, but
it better not be nothing else other than just like a mentorship. Because I'm done.
No more lovey-dovey.
No
more lovey-dovey.
You literally wasted that episode and the other one, and Corby's jealous, and it's like we know what happens to Corby, and so I just felt like. Let's go adventure. Let's do some stuff.
Well, bright side, it looks like they lowered Pike's hair a few inches. So you know, we have that.
And I really hope that we get to see, like, we don't know how far of a time jump they'll do. They might do a pretty big, like a little jump here. Probably not too big, but for the fifth season, final season, I bet they do a big time jump. Because we're going to get right.
I agree with that. And I was wondering, I don't know if you caught any of that live panel, but I don't know if Celia Rose Gooding was wearing a wig just because that was what she was wearing that day, because of the Star Trek panel. But that wig looked a lot like Uhura's wig from TOS. So I wonder if they're shooting right now, and that's kind of how her hairstyle is. I wonder.
Well,
if not a wig, if it's a real hair.
Here's the thing. When we get to Pike's accident or whatever, we don't know how that's going to play out, because they're going to probably bring in a lot of the characters we saw in Where No Man's Gone before. The other, because it won't be Erica. We know she's not there. In World, we obviously know because she's a new character.
Yeah.
But in the actual show, in canon, we know that, you had two other people. You had Gary Mitchell. You had somebody else. I'm shocked. We haven't seen Gary Mitchell yet.
Yeah, we got to get him. We got to introduce Bones at some point.
Also, you've got the Kelso.
Yeah.
Who, even though he didn't live long, but he would be there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the transition. I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with it to make it kind of all gel together. But still, they're talking about a year one show too, so I don't know what they're going to do, man.
I hope they don't do that.
I think
Because
it
then
could.
you're really cutting in to the legacy. I don't want to do that. I want to, like, when it's time for Strange New Worlds to be done, it's been a really, for the most part, I've loved it. It needs to just, Dr. Piper, thank you, Wayne Grace. Dr. Piper needs to come in at some point. Don't know where Mbanga is at that point, but
Yeah, man. And with that, we'll kind of wrap things up here. I will encourage everyone to go out and check out Win Grace's videos on the Archer show, proposed Archer show that people are talking about that hasn't been greenlit, but people are clamoring for it.
People are whipping that up, and there ain't one thing that's even underway. No scripts, no contract signed, or nothing.
Well, Win Grace had a ship on his latest video, so
I know. I saw it.
yeah, so definitely go to his channel, Win Grace Project, to check that out if you're interested. Other than that, man, we can wrap things up. It's good to be back. I think I'm gonna do I did a couple of just on camera talking head reviews of some of the episodes from Strange New Worlds last season. I think I'm gonna do one more, albeit very late, for the finale episode, New Life and New Civilization. So expect that coming up on the channel. And I guess we'll ponder other things to talk about going forward until we get Starfleet Academy in January 2025. But stay tuned. We're going to have some more content coming for you. And yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for all for joining on the live stream. We'll talk to you guys later.
You've been listening to the Discussing Network. Find out more at discussingnetwork.com.
Can I say that like shut up Wesley? I can just go shut up Clarence?